Hi, my name is Julie and I live in Adelaide, and I'm 42 years of age. I'm married with two children, Kyle and Ryan. From there I went back to work, and then I discovered that I had a lump, which I didn't realise I had. I went off to the doctors and didn't even comprehend that was happening, and one day I had the mammogram and ultrasound, and from there at 2 o'clock I rang my husband and said, I've got a doctor's appointment, would you please leave work? And we went together and we got the news that, I've got breast cancer. 1 minute you're happily as a family and going about your life, and next minute it's like you're frozen and your life's just tipped upside down. I think the hardest bit was at 2 o'clock. You remember every bit. With my children, we went along and, as you do, you go through the process, and we had a needle biopsy, and, we gave it a couple of days to try and digest it. And then the children come home from home, and they could just see, you can't hide it. It's the most difficult thing to do, to go home and say, I've got breast cancer. It was a 10-year-old, and, one just started school. So the youngest one didn't quite have the concept, but the 10-year-old knows, because he went away on the internet and come back and said, are you going to die? So you can't say, no, I'm going to be fine, because you just don't know yourself. At that stage, being 10, I think he was like us, trying to comprehend what's going on. And at home, he had to step up to the mark and help his dad. He thought, Mum's going to die. But, I'm determined that I'm not. The fear was very much there at that stage. The unknown was there. It's very difficult because you feel responsible for all this that's going on, and it's not your fault, but your life's just stopped in its track. So you're trying to find that hope, am I going to survive? Am I going to get to 5 years? I had to find the inner strength. Christmas was coming. I have children, I could see the pain in everyone's face, and I wanted something special. I wanted to hang on to something special, and Christmas was my focus. From having breast cancer and having those bad days, the chemo, the radiotherapy, the tiredness, you're on this merry-go-round and you're trying to work out how to get off, and sometimes it wins and sometimes it doesn't. You got to try and remove yourself from all those emotional issues, because it's very emotional, and try and remember, what is it that I can do? So you have to bring yourself to like right now. I'm still here. I'm determined to be here. And no matter what happens or what's faced for the future, you can make a difference today. What we did together was happened to meet somebody and said, shave your hair off. So it was coming up to Christmas, and they were trying to work out when to have chemotherapy. So because of the infection, so I wanted Christmas. I said to my doctor, I want Christmas. You can give me chemo after Christmas. So we were a bit of a to and fro, like for about a week and a half leading up to Christmas. But I wanted Christmas, and I said, you can't take that away from me. What's another few days or another week? So I got my Christmas, so that was just the best thing. So I sat down and my kids and my husband shaved my hair, and I go, you can't do that. So they sat me down and they all laughed, and then they all sat down and shaved their hair off too. So that was a very emotional moment, something that I'll never forget. And I said to my husband, I want this to be the best Christmas, because no matter what could happen for the future, I didn't know. And I thought, well, at least I can be remembered not as breast cancer, but as having a great Christmas. And it was the simple things that, the love and the happiness, and we had a great Christmas. And it doesn't have to be super duper fantastic with all the trimmings, but just the simple things about each other and appreciating each other, and having some happiness, and that's what you need to draw on. I wanted to change the world. I must have drove everybody crazy. I learnt some valuable things from some hard times. You have to have the confidence, you have to hold your head up high and conquer and find that inner strength within yourself. I think you have to stop sometimes and spend that time. We go around the York Peninsula and do fishing and catch up with some great people that we know and stop. And I think that's what you learn. We try and do too much, we work very hard, which is what you need to do. But sometimes you got to stop and really enjoy what you have. It's like a road full of rocks, and the damn rocks keep coming on the road, and you keep shuffling them rocks and throwing them off the road, but you got to stay on that path. It's so important to stay on that path. Hi, my name's Julie and I'm a thriver, because I'm alive.